throughout the walls, right? It was on a wall like this, right? And if you looked at it, it ended up moving all over, right? And we saw it in two different places, right? You can go back and see where we seen it. We saw it here. We saw it here. Remember? We saw it through here. We went through there. And another one was. If we. So, I think this way. Yeah, it might. I'll find it. Maybe it's up there. No. Is this one? Oh yeah, it was this one. Remember here, right? Oh, we did. Oh yeah, okay, it's from the beginning. So we did our walk, right? You're not really supposed to know that's there yet. Because you naturally, when you first start the game, right? You first start the game, right? You naturally just want to move forward. You don't realize this is there. You're not supposed to know this is. If you do realize this is there, that's good for you. But you're not supposed to. Alright, so if you start the game, right, you remember you naturally jump down. Oh no, you're either. Well, me, I'm trolling you guys now. Okay, whatever. That's my bad. But we've seen it in two places. One was that area with a bunch of different artwork, right? And then there was another one where we fell down into a hole, right? And then we saw one part of it, I believe. No, 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 no. I lied to you guys. No, no, I lied to you guys. Okay. I remember now. So there's two scenarios where we saw. We go to the beginning. Like, you go this, right? You end up seeing that purple block, right? It started from here and it went all the way around. The second part we saw was here. I remember this. Okay. I think it's go through the blue one. Let's do the green one. Yeah, here it is. Right. And we ended up seeing it here. Those are the two scenarios we've seen as well. We saw it at Window of Opportunity and 3 Paths Inside. Those are the two places. Let's go back to where we were. And if you guys can't remember where you were before, you can just go through everything again. Because there's, as you can see here, the big cubes means I haven't completed that room yet, and the small cubes means I have, right? And then this circle means it's a dead end, and then this arrow means it's a jump, right? So if you go in this room, you can jump to somewhere else in a different area, and you realize where everything is connected because of that. But if you get lost, you can just end up doing everything again. And if it seems impossible, just go to the next one. Go to the next one. So you find something where you find a place where it seems like you can possibly do it. So I was here so far. Right, I was thinking about the 3 rooms. Right. For this one, try to jump backwards, doesn't work. You can't really walk backwards because it's on the floor. So the third thing that you can do is you can place cubes. Remember when I was stacking cubes on top of me, below me, and I was able to naturally move upwards. I'm gonna try that. Let's see if that works. You end up realizing it does work. And the reason why it does work is because you're looking at that ring. Right, so you see another 2, just as you saw before. You can look at this purple. That's not going. I don't know what that's for. It's just, I guess it's just there. Just Rachel. Okay. And as long as you're looking at this ring, that window is gone, right? And you notice that a lot. It's like if you look a different way, right, then something disappears, right? Or something changes, right? And as long as you're looking at this ring, that glass isn't there, right? And you have to trust it isn't there by just placing cubes on top of yourself, below yourself, right? And realizing you can just move up. If you don't do that, then that's whatever. That's not necessary in order to progress. Right, so here's the next thing. So what can we do so far? We can take these cubes, right? It seems like that's not going to help. Or we can left mouse click, right? And move these cubes around. And if you can see, something new present itself, right? If I cover an entire section as a square, it ends up filling the gaps in between. If you guys saw that, right? And that's something I didn't know, right? You're not supposed to know, right? It's just something you naturally do, right? It's just, you just move, because you can't move the cubes. So you can't move the cubes inside of this because that glass is in the way. And so the only thing that you can do is just make a square, right? So right when I connect this and create a square, everything inside of it is filled. Right, so let's try to do that here. If I make a square, everything inside of it is filled. And that's something that I didn't know, but it was presented to me through this puzzle. Right, so there's 3 things that you can do now. You hold the left mouse, create a line. You can hold the right mouse, create another laser, and remove a bunch of stuff. Right, and now you can make a square and realize everything in between is going to fill up. So there's 3 things presented to you. And then you just fill up all the gap. I don't think we can do this. You can put cube there, right? But it's a new place, so I'd rather. There's no need to take apart what already works. Here. You can't take the cubes because the glass is in the way. Try to take it, disappear. Okay. But you're back to the same place as before. Remember? You remember that if you try to do all these, right? It doesn't work, right? But if you do this side, then you go back to where you were before, you have perfect amount. But you're presented, but let's try to do this, right? Yellow's gun's over there. Let's try to get it. So what was presented to you? What was presented to you was the blue gun, right? So the blue gun is you can take a cube, place it, take a cube, place it, right? Think about the green gun. What can the green gun do? The green gun, you can create a laser with your right mouse button and absorb all these cubes in a line, right? If you hold the left mouse button down, you can create a line, right? And you can create squares, right? You just learned that from that previous puzzle. So let's see if we can make a square. Is that even? I might have to redo this. Managing resource. See, and if you get lost about that too, you can this spinning right part right here means that that's where you are now, right? So if you get lost, you can always hit escape and try to think about like the title of the room, and try to think about, okay, how do I do this? If you look at it, it says managing resources, right? If you think about all the tools that you have now that you can do, and then think of the title, right, you naturally want to make more squares, right? And you can do that by creating a square. And you end up having perfect amount. And that's why it's called managing resources, because you get enough to perfectly make a square. Right. 3 by 3 square. Now you gain 1 extra cube. Right, so let's see if we can make the square again. What happens? You end up filling it. And just keep doing that over and over again. Eventually, you'll have enough to fill up that this entire 2 columns, right? So right here and right here. Perfect. Now you can go to the next slide. Now you see these yellows, right? Get it. Oh god. When what you have is not enough, find ways to turn it to more. We already figured that out, right? Just by here's the next one. So yeah, the next step is the yellow gun, right? And now you're presented with a new problem. Okay. So if you see here, I just want to take more cubes. But as you can see here, there's a cross. And what you've done before is you realize that if you take a certain cube out, right, it ends up triggering the entire area, like the entire puzzle that's connected to it. Okay? For example, so if you make a cross here, if you take the center part, everything starts disappearing because that one cube connected everything. And you learn that from previous puzzles that you've already done before, right? The one with the strength in numbers where there's, we can always, so if you realize, this was it. Yeah, there. You remember here,